Hey dosers, what's up, and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but today we're going to be focusing on limits of a trigonometric function. So in 4 videos, we've gone over limit basics, limits to infinity, limits to zero, all of these, and hopefully now we'll be able to do this question on the limit of a trigonometric function. So the question is limit as theta approaches 0, sine 3 theta over theta. So the rule that we'll be applying here, the main rule that we'll be applying here is this rule over here. So this is a rule where it says that if theta is in radians, then lim as theta approaches 0 of sine theta over theta is equal to 1. So this rule over here is what we have to look at and what we have to derive from this question. To do that, we need to put this in some sort of form like this. So I want you to pause the video and try to rearrange this in such a way that you can get this kind of form. So hopefully now you've had a go. So now let's get started on this. So the first thing that we should do is try to make the denominator 3 theta the same as the above. So it says sine 3 theta in the numerator. So to make it in that form that we're looking for, the sine theta over theta, we have to make this theta at the bottom here into 3 theta. So how are we going to do that? So to do that, all we have to do is multiply this by 3. So this becomes 3. So multiply this entire thing by 3. So once we do that, and we put a 3 over here, this is the same as our original equation. Let me write that out in a different way. So if we try to put 3 theta, let's say we just input it in. Obviously, everything that we input has a consequence. Like this completely changes the equation that we had originally. And we can't do that without having a consequence. Our consequence here is the times 3. As a times 3 here, this would cancel out with this and you'd end up with your original equation. So right now, it seems like you're not changing anything. All you're doing is just writing it in a different way. It's like when you have a fraction like 27 over 54. You can write this as 1 over 2, right? But you can also write it like this, right? You can also write 1 over 2 as anything that you want, 27 over 54, for example. So that's basically what we're doing over here. We're just writing it in a different way, writing our original equation in a different way so that we can get it as close to this as possible. So now once we've done this, we have limit of theta approaches 0 of sine 3 theta over 3 theta times 3. So now we've finally gotten what we wanted. We wanted the 3 theta at the bottom in the denominator, and that is matching with the sine 3 theta up here. So now what do we do? Well, first off, what we can do over here is we can take out this times 3. So we can do 3 times lim as theta approaches 0 of sine 3 theta over 3 theta. So now that we've finally gotten this, now we can proceed with a little bit of the more complicated stuff. So I want you to again try to pause the video and try to figure it out from here. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at it one more time. And now we're going to go onto a new page and try to do this. So now what we have here is sine 3 theta over 3 theta. We know that theta, as theta approaches 0, theta becomes 0. So theta is equal to 0 as theta tends to 0. But 3 theta, as 3 theta also tends to 0, it also equals to 0. As theta tends to 0, 3 theta also is equal to 0. And now we bring in a new variable so that we can replace it, so that we can get it a little bit in terms of our original thing that we're trying to replicate over here, this sine theta over theta. So to do that, we bring in a new sort of variable. That's what I would do in this case. Some mark schemes say not to do it this way, but this is how I would do it. So I would say if theta tends to 0 and 3 theta also tends to 0, then we can say as theta is equal to x, 3 theta is also equal to x. So what we can do here is we can replace our variables. So we can put x in terms of here, x over here, and x over here. So we get 3 times lim, as x approaches 0 now, of sine x over x. So essentially what we've done is that we know that both theta and 3 theta are equal to x. X is also equal to 0. So we can just replace all of these And this is a variable that I have made. We have just made this variable. So we can replace it with whatever we want. And if 3 theta and theta are both equal to 0, then they are both equal to x. So that is what we're doing over here. We're replacing both of these. But we have to understand that when you're replacing this limit originally was first 3 theta. This limit was first originally 3 theta as 3 theta over 3 theta. This is what it was originally. Because of our 3 multiplication, this has changed from just theta to 3 theta. And that is how we replaced it with our x. Now that we've gotten this, we can see that, okay, yeah, this is matching with whatever our original given equation was. This is not given in the formula booklet ever. You have to remember this. Yeah, but this is our original equation. So that means that this entire thing, this tends to 1. So this goes to 1. So you get 3 times 1, which is just equal to 3. Now this is the method that I would do in the exam. This is the method I have done in the exam. So if you want to use that, feel free to use it. But again, I have attached the mark scheme on the next slide, and the Canva link will be in the description below, along with new timings for the Calendly tutoring. So go ahead and book that. The timings are a little bit more scuffed and a little bit less hours, as I have a lot of work to do alongside this. So yeah, so just go ahead and book that. I apologize for not being posting this past 2 weeks. So hopefully I can make up for it now. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've understood everything and have a good day.